free college, and I was saying I can establish myself. In France, I didn't know what I would be doing. I didn't want to depend fully on Maurice anyway.
And being 20 years old, once more stressed as
So you go to America, you realize, oh, I only have $20 in my pocket, which was a lot of money then, wasn't it?
No, I got $20.
Not too much, even then.
Not if that's your life savings.
Right.
Right. And then were you nervous when you first got there?
I better believe it. But you're pushed by events, Susie. Once you get in this situation, you don't have many choices. You make a choice, and then you stick with it because you don't have the money, you don't have the papers, you don't have any rights.
So how long did it take you to find a job?
Or,
And they didn't even put you up for the first night. That's surprising to me still. Even if they say you're on your own, not to even give you a meal.
They wanted to get rid of me.
Yeah.
And there were hundreds of people.
Thousands, maybe.
Yeah, thousands, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you go to this longshoreman, the inn.
hotel, and I go, yeah. There's a funny anecdote there because how I found out that the windows were stuck, or I didn't know how to open them, and I walked and there was this Irish maid, and I asked her how to open, so she came with me and she showed me, and then she started to talk to me, and I told her, where did you come from? I said, I came from Germany. It was a good-looking young woman, and she started to talk to me like saying, oh, I'm Irish, she said. And since I didn't tell her, at that time you don't explain to strangers your nationality, I just said, where do you come from? Germany. She says, she must have had some designs on me because she started to tell me and convince me that Ireland was a country that never declared war on Germany. It was a very congenial person. So that turned me off completely. But anyhow, I slept there in this, it wasn't air conditioned, and it was hot like hell, and I had this heavy clothes.
Did you leave your stuff?
And the first night I slept at this Cornish Arms, and then because there was some investigation of those corruption in the Longshoremen's Union, and they mentioned that this is the hotel where they would be meeting the presidium of the Longshoremen's Union. Yes.
So when you went to stay with Mike Canner and his brother, did you leave, like once you got kicked out of there, did you take your things, your belongings with you, or did you leave it there?
I don't remember.
Didn't have much in there.
I
know,
don't know
but
how
still,
many-
if he's sleeping on the subway, that's what I'm
Yeah.
wondering, if he's bringing...
No, I probably slept a few nights on the subway, but then I'm trying to think of what happened. Oh, at that time, and that was the advice. Oh, I met a guy that I knew from the camp, DP camp in Bavaria, and he gave me, I think, $10 and invited me for dinner at his place. He lived in Bronx, I think. And then Bob Levine lent me $50 to buy a ticket to go to Chicago. And the reason that Chicago came up, that at that time, you see, I was looking for a job in New York City area, but I was buying New York Herald Tribune rather than New York Times, because I was familiar with the name of Herald Tribune because they were bigger in Europe than Times. Times I don't think was even available.
just my,
Yeah.
the one thing.